4-year-old boy is killed in a house fire. Eyewitness News is at the scene.
And surveillance video as a local clothing store is robbed at gunpoint. Next.
We'll begin at 11 o'clock tonight with some tragic breaking news tonight. A young child has died in a fire. Good evening. I'm Chris May.
And I'm Susan Barnett. Let's get right to Eyewitness News reporter Valerie LeVake. She's live at the scene in Chester. Val.
Well, Susan, a 4-year-old boy was unfortunately killed in this fire. His babysitter was taken to the hospital with injuries. This fire happened at around 8:10. It was put under control at around 9:10. It was a 2-alarm fire. The child was found dead in a second-floor bedroom. The fire commissioner explained what firefighters saw when they arrived.
Numerous reports, fire showing from the second floor and first floor. Fire department's response was under 3 minutes. Police department's response was within 2 minutes in the area. Police confirmed heavy fire showing from first and second floors. In the extinguishment process, we did find one fatality, a 4-year-old boy.
Well, of course, they're very distraught right now, and they're concerned about where they're going to be living at, not only this evening, but in the future. They lost everything, and they're just very, very hurt right now.
Now, the babysitter was taken to Chester Crozier Medical Center with burns. The mother and father of the 4-year-old are being consoled by a chaplain. The family has a 2-year-old daughter and a niece living with them. They are all homeless tonight. The cause of this fire is under investigation, but once again, a 4-year-old boy was unfortunately killed in this fire. We're live tonight in Chester City. I'm Valerie LeVake, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, Val, thank you very much. In other news tonight, a high-end holdup is caught on tape. Thieves with guns terrorize employees at an upscale Center City boutique, and they take off with thousands of dollars. Tonight, police hope that surveillance video will lead them to a break in the case. Eyewitness News reporter Todd Quinones is live outside of the Diesel store in Center City. Todd.
Chris, here we are on Walnut Street, one of the busiest streets in Center City, yet 2 men got it in their heads that this would be a great place to try and pull off an armed robbery. And so far, they've gotten away with it. Into their heads, it would be a good place to try and pull off an armed robbery. And up till now, they've gotten away with it. But their arrogance just might be their downfall. Having smashed the surveillance cameras, the 2 robbers evidently thought they didn't need masks. However, as the video you are watching proves, they were wrong.
These aren't the smartest guys, and I would advise them to get some good attorneys because someone's going to see this video and they're going to get ID'd.
It all happened just before 8 o'clock Thursday night. The 2 men walked into the Diesel clothing store on Walnut near 15th, posing as customers. They waited for legitimate customers to leave. As the 3 employees were getting ready to close, the 2 men pulled out handguns. Corralling horrified workers to the basement storage area, you can see the suspect here holding zip ties used to bound the employees. The suspects robbed the Diesel store's safe of around $3,000 in cash and another $4,500 worth of jeans, watches, and size 9 men's shoes. Police contend the men are brazen and a bit bizarre. As the video indicates, they are not exactly spring chickens.
The age is somewhat surprising here. They're late 40s, early 50s, maybe even close to 60 years old. And that's something odd that we don't really see in this type of aggressive gunpoint robbery.
The 2 suspects apparently walked right out the front door carrying bags of cash and merchandise, apparently posing as customers. Employees were able to free themselves about 5 minutes later and call police. Fortunately, no one was injured. Reporting live tonight in Center City, Todd Quinones, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, not exactly spring chickens. Thank you, Todd. Well, noon at 11 o'clock, a Philadelphia police officer opens fire on 2 men. One of those men is killed. The other is in critical condition tonight at Temple Hospital. This shooting happened on the 1500 block of Tioga Street just before 6:30 this evening. The officer was not hurt. So far, there is no word on what led to the shooting.
A man is under arrest tonight after police say he shot an Upper Darby police officer 4 times. This happened near Ludlow and Copley around 12:30 this morning. Investigators say Marvin Marmaleus shot Officer Raymond Blome as he was trying to question him for carrying an open container of alcohol and smoking marijuana. Officer Blome is expected to make a full recovery. He was able to return fire and wound that suspect. A shocking theft in West Philadelphia. Thieves make off with the wheelchair used by an 8-year-old boy boy with cerebral palsy. This happened in the 5200 block of Catherine Street in West Philly. A home care nurse taking care of Jazir Walker left the wheelchair outside while she was getting Jazir ready for school. Jazir's oxygen tanks and other supplies were also stolen.
I go in, I get him, put a little jacket on him. It doesn't take less than 5 minutes, and the chair was gone.
I think that's a really mean thing to do, is to take a child's wheelchair, for anybody's wheelchair for that matter.
Fortunately, the family's insurance company sent over a loaner wheelchair, but it doesn't meet all of Jazir's needs.
New at 11 o'clock tonight, new developments surrounding a condemned condo building in Norristown. As Eyewitness News reporter Natasha Brown tells us, residents are now out of 770 Sandy Street, and the building is empty.
It's moving day for tenants at the Rittenhouse condo complex in Norristown. Not because they want to uproot and leave their homes, but because they have to.
We just moved them in. He just moved in, a month ago, a month and a half, 5 weeks ago. And this is crazy. It's ridiculous.
Some residents had little time to even settle in before the jarring news from borough inspectors came 2 weeks ago. The 5-year-old 26-unit condo complex was deemed unsafe. Investigators finding glaring violations like wooden fire escape stairwells and hidden dangers like hollow block walls.
There's a little anger, there's a little frustration, there's a lot of disappointment.
Jason Razor is one of 7 condo owners now left with a mortgage and rent payment after being forced to evacuate.
We're thinking new construction, and they had the hardwood floors, they had the granite tops, and it was a very nice condominium, and we thought we were getting a great investment.
This is one of those instances, I guess you could say, I'm happy to be a renter, I never thought I'd say that.
The building sits empty while inspectors and builder Bruce Fazio try to figure out how to fix a lengthy list of problems and try to find out how these glaring violations ever passed initial inspections.
I hope the borough can fix everything and get our investment back into good standing so we can move forward.
The locks have been put in place here at the Rittenhouse condominium complex, and the doors have been shut. Tenants aren't allowed back inside anytime soon. They will be meeting with Norristown officials on Tuesday, trying to figure out what's next with this building and when and if they'll be allowed back in. In Norristown, Natasha Brown, CBS3 Eyewitness News.
New tonight at 11 o'clock, a 50th reunion banquet that had many people taking a trip down memory lane.
Eyewitness News at Girard College for the 50th reunion of the class of 1960. 5 decades later, classmates caught up on all that time, discussing career and family, and a lot of important milestones along the way. Congratulations.
Well, a live look now at Haddonfield, where more than 1,000 runners were racing through the streets. They're raising money and awareness for the fight against childhood cancer. The Chicken Runs at Midnight 3K event is sponsored by Babe's Kids, a youth division of the Canuso Foundation. All the proceeds will go to help this little girl, 7-year-old Mia Strobel of Haddonfield. She was diagnosed with leukemia and a heart condition on Christmas Day 4 years ago. For more information on the Canuso Foundation, go to our website, CBS3.com.
That is so awesome. I was live from Haddonfield at 6 o'clock, and I'll tell you, little Mia is a great little girl, has a great family, and a wonderful town in Haddonfield supporting her and her family. So we wish everybody at the Chicken Runs at Midnight great luck. For more information, you can look up that Chicken Runs Midnight or Google it and find a great story behind it. Let's take a look outside our live neighborhood network. Looking good. Looking good. Maurice Piers and Wildwood busy tonight, even though the temperature is only 59 degrees and the wind is calm. We're going from spring to summer and then back to spring again. Take a look at the temperatures that we've been dealing with. Remember, it wasn't that long ago. It was 54. That was Tuesday. Wednesday, 66. Yesterday, 82. 87 today, feeling like summer, but we will be going back to spring over the next couple of days, and I'll explain why. In Philadelphia, it's still 72, Allentown 73, Reading 74, and Wilmington, it is 69 degrees. Not going to be a bad weekend, but we will be seeing more clouds than we did today. We will see a little bit easterly breeze, and temperatures will be in the 70s. There's even a slight chance that a few of these showers to the west could sneak in late Saturday, but they will be more likely with this area of low pressure by Sunday. Sunday, we'll see some occasional rain. Temperatures will be in the lower 70s. By Monday, this sinks far enough south to bring more sun and mild temperatures in the 70s. Our forecast for tonight, it will be partly cloudy. It'll be a nice night. Lows will range from 56 to 62. During the day tomorrow, we'll have a mix of sun and clouds. It won't be as warm, but I think it's going to be a little bit more comfortable. 74 to 78 will do it on the high side. And if you're heading down the shore, why not? It'll be around 70 degrees Saturday and breezy. Sunday, a few showers and 68. But as they say, if you're lucky enough to be down the shore, you're lucky enough. 5-day forecast calls for some showers Sunday, still mild Monday. Tuesday warmer, looking good Wednesday, and or at the shore begins Thursday with that bouncing beach ball. It will be 80, and over the holiday weekend looking good. Some 80s and some 70s, a little bit of everything.
All right, Kat, thanks so much.
Okay, Red Sox Nation meets the Schmitter tonight. It's a little interleague baseball going on.
It was a fun night. Your 610 WIP Eyewitness Sports lineup starts with the Phillies. Perfect night at the ballpark. Red Sox in town. Fighters providing the fireworks. And let's start right with the big fella. Fourth inning, Ryan Howard goes deep to left field. That's his 8th home run of the season, and the Phillies tie the game. Next inning, Jason, about to get paid worth, hits one 426 feet, upper deck. Phillies lead by 3. Some bad news for the Fighters. Jimmy Rollins re-injures his right calf muscle. Had to leave the game in the 6th inning. Listed as day-to-day. The Phillies beat the Red Sox 5-1. And the search is over for the Sixers. They stay within the family, hiring Doug Collins to lead the turnaround. The former first-round pick and NBA All-Star for the Sixers. Collins, with coaching experience in Chicago, Detroit, and Washington. He will be introduced formally Monday at noon. All right, the Flyers of the big afternoon tomorrow. They play Game 4 in Montreal, and tough guy Ian LePerriere is expected to return. He's been out since blocking a puck with his face April 22nd. 70 stitches close the cut. Brain contusion, no problem.
And he's back.
Just glass up the face and go.
Those guys are tough, aren't they?
He's tough.
We love him, though. They can use him, too.
Tough.
All right, thanks,
All right, Beasley, thanks. Thanks for watching CBS3 Eyewitness News at 11. We may be signing off for now, but we are always on at CBS3.com. For Beasley, Kathy, and everyone here at Eyewitness News, I'm Chris Mann.
And I'm Susan Barnett. Stay tuned next for our Eyewitness Weather Special, your summer outlook.
This is an Eyewitness Weather Special, your summer outlook.
Welcome to our Eyewitness Weather Special, your summer outlook.
It's already starting to feel a lot like summer, and that has all of us wondering just what we're going to be in for this year. So Kathy joins us with her summer forecast.
This is exciting, you guys. And after a very harsh winter, we are ready to get ready for a great summer. Right? Well, today we're going to show you what we're in for. Everything from heat to storms to hurricanes. Let's get started with my summer forecast.
Whether you spend your summer in the city or go down the shore, this is going to be a summer to remember.
I think it's going to be a perfect summer. It's going to be sunny, blue skies, white clouds every day.
I'm not into the summer type. I'm a winter guy.
My prediction for summer is that it's going to be extremely hot and humid.
We agree. Records have been broken this spring already. It was the warmest April ever in New Jersey, and we had near-record warmth in Pennsylvania and Delaware. May promises to end up warm as well. And remember that pesky El Niño that brought our historic winter? Well, it's weakening, and that will influence our summer. After analyzing the data, here is the official CBS3 summer forecast. In June, the average monthly high temperature is 82 degrees. This June calls for above normal temperatures around 83 degrees, with 5 90-degree days and 1 heat wave. The month of July is usually warm, with an average monthly high temperature of 85 degrees. This July will be a scorcher, with an average monthly high temperature of 88 degrees. There will be 10 to 15 days at 90 degrees or higher, with a good chance of hitting 100 degrees. August will bring more of the same. The average monthly high is 84 degrees. This August, get ready for warmer than normal temperatures again, with an average monthly high temperature of 87 degrees. There will be around 10 90-degree days. Now remember, the average number of 90-degree days in Philadelphia is 21 for the summer. The summer of 2010 will have 25 to 30 90-degree days.
I'm hot already.
And me too.
And if you missed it in there, I did mention there is a good chance of at least one day at 100 degrees or greater. When we went back to look at all the similar years, climatologically and with a weakening El Nino, the real hot summers were popping up. So I know you don't like the heat, Susan. I know you're expecting.
Especially not in this condition.
But that's the way it's shaping up.
Oh, well, thanks, I guess, Kathy. Well, one thing that comes with summer is seasonal allergies, and this year especially has been pretty rough so far. Here's meteorologist Carol Erickson with a look at how the weather affects our allergies.
Hold that sneeze if you can. We're shaking out a plant's male DNA, otherwise known as pollen. Pollen's purpose? To find female plants. Object? Reproduction. Matchmaker? The weather. And the dream date? A hot, dry, windy day.
Birds and bees and wind, that spreads the pollen from one plant to another. But sometimes humans get in between, and that's when you get the itchy eyes and the runny nose.
Allergy sufferer and plant expert Girard College uses acupuncture every spring to combat his sneezing, but he can't control the weather.
It's really a series of dry days that you really got to watch out for.
On those days, pollen spreads easily to plants and people, but the powdery substance doesn't like humidity. The pollen absorbs moisture and falls to the ground. Rain does the same thing to it, only faster.
It literally washes it away into the, either into the groundwater or into your sewer system or whatever.
So pollen courtship and allergy symptoms derailed, at least briefly. But pollen is determined to find a mate and make little ones. To pollen-laden plants, our sneezing is just applause. Carol Erickson, CBS3 Eyewitness Weather.
Carol has a way with words. Coming up next, how about those hurricanes? We'll take a close look at some severe storms we can expect this summer.
We sure got hit hard this past winter. We'll certainly never forget all those snowstorms.
Oh, no, they just kept coming one after the other. As soon as you put the shovel away, it was time to get it out again. We all spent a lot of time in winter gear, digging out the car and trudging around in our snow boots. Meteorologist Kathy Orr has more on a winner for the record books. Kathy?
I was going to tease you and say, but wasn't it fun being out there?
Sure.
It's fun thinking about it now. Let's take a look back into memory lane to something that seems like it was a long time ago. Here's a look at those major snowstorms that brought us into record territory this winter. February 5th and 6th, we had 28.5 inches in the city. Remember the December storm? Nearly 2 feet. And February 9th and 10th, the official blizzard, 15.8 inches, I should say, of snow, bringing the seasonal total to a new record of 78.7 inches. The average winter snowfall in Philadelphia is only 19.4 inches of snow. Certainly one for the record books, a historic winter season. And now I want to welcome the newest member of our Eyewitness Weather team, Justin Drabick. And it is so great to have you here, Justin.
Great to be here, Kathy. You know, I grew up in the Lehigh Valley, Allentown, Pennsylvania, so it's so nice to be back at home.
Well, it's great to have you. And we're getting a lot of questions about hurricane season. And Justin, I know you've been doing a lot of research on this topic.
That's right. You know, I really found some interesting data as we look into this upcoming year's tropical season. And really, if you don't know, realize it's just about a week and a half away. Starts June 1st, and this season looks to be a lot busier than last year.
The unofficial start of summer is a week away. All is quiet for now, but it will not stay that way for long. We look to the ocean for insight into our hurricane season, and as usual, El Nino will play a key role in this. This warm water current in the eastern Pacific is weakening and will allow for more tropical systems to develop.
A normal Bermuda high-pressure setup allows tropical systems to track up into the East Coast, but this year could be a different story. We're expecting this high pressure to track farther west and be a lot stronger, and this could help push storms further south into the Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico. But this doesn't mean the East Coast will be totally spared.
Our area would see more of an impact from storm remnants, which means less wind but flooding rain potential. Also beach erosion, rip currents, and high surf will occur. The Eyewitness Weather team went back through decades of past years that had similar climate conditions to 2010. We found that each of those years had above average tropical activity. This comparison, along with being in the middle of a 25-year period of increased tropical activity, has us forecasting a well above average hurricane season. Normally, the Atlantic hurricane season averages 10 named storms, 6 hurricanes, and 2 major hurricanes, which are Category 3 or higher on the Saffir-Simpson scale. The Eyewitness Weather team's 2010 hurricane forecast is for 15 to 18 named storms, 8 to 10 hurricanes, and 4 to 5 major hurricanes. This year will be more active than 2009.
You know, with all these hurricanes coming up, there is one positive note. Surfers could be a good summer with that wave potential.
All right. I mean, I'm not a surfer, but I know you are.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
So,
there's
I'm
one
excited.
good thing. As long as they stay far enough away.
Exactly, yeah, we just want them offshore, but not close enough to bring us those swells.
That's right. Well, now we're going to answer some of the most popular questions we get when we do our web chats. Now, here's a question from Mary Tucker. I've always been confused about El Nino and La Nina. What is the difference, and how does it happen? Well, we know that in Justin's piece you talked about El Nino,
Right.
that warm water current in the eastern Pacific, but La Nina is something different.
La Nina is really just the opposite. So off the coast of Peru in the equatorial Pacific, we're just looking at colder than average water temperatures, and that's due to changes in the atmospheric pressure and winds.
So thank you, Mary. That's a good question. Now, here's a question from Kim Quinter. She asks, how about rainfall? Any more or less than normal this year? And that's a good question. I did not address that in the summer forecast.
Yeah, another really good question. You know, all the data I was looking at for the tropical seasons, comparing it to previous seasons in the past, looks like we should be near average for rainfall.
Now, another question I get asked a lot, especially when I do We're at the Shore, is what about the ocean water temperatures? Right now, they're in the 50s, which is normal for May. But when are the warmest ocean water temperatures? And the answer to this is simple. It takes a long time for that water to warm up, so our warmest ocean water temperatures are usually in August and early September. Remember, don't forget, you can connect with us on Facebook. Just go to CBS3.com/connect and look for Eyewitness Weather, or join me for my web chats every Tuesday from 5 to 5:30 at CBS3.com. We will be right back. As we move into summer, another weather danger is lightning. It's one of the leading causes of storm deaths in the United States. Too many people risk their lives because they don't understand how lightning works. CBS3 meteorologist Doug Kammerer shows us ways to stay safe.
It's that time of year again where thunderstorms and lightning begin to roll through the region, and we want to make sure you know all you need to know about one of Mother Nature's biggest killers.
At the speed of light, your life could end. These kids, whose close call was caught on home video, were lucky. Mike Utley wasn't. He was struck by lightning on a golf course in 2000.
We were getting off the golf course. My buddies were about 8-10 feet in front of me, and they heard this loud bang. They turned around to see me, smoking, steam coming from me, stumbling, and I fell to the ground.
Mike had once been an active sportsman, but after he was hit, he spent almost a month in a coma. Even now, he walks with a limp. With all we know about lightning, many people still have misconceptions about it. First off, just because you don't see lightning doesn't mean you're safe. Myth number 2, a storm far off in the distance can't kill you. That's wrong. Just ask Jack Lindemann, a lifeguard struck on the beach in Cape May.
Remember standing, and then I was on the ground with my head in my hands, and I felt a lot of pressure and a weird taste in my mouth.
As Jack probably knows, an average lightning bolt is more than 5 miles long. It can reach past the storm right to you, even with the sun above you. If you hear thunder, you're at risk, period.
When thunder roars, go indoors.
If you're outside, don't stand under a tree or any other high objects. If you go inside, stay off corded phones, away from plumbing, and away from the porch and windows.
People are struck every year sitting in a window watching, sitting on the porch watching.
For more information on lightning and, of course, your weather, go to CBS3.com and click on links. I'm meteorologist Doug Kammerer.
Remember, you'll be more impacted by lightning possibly than tornadoes or hurricanes. We'll be right back.
All right, thanks to Kathy and Justin. Great work, you guys. And thank you for watching our Eyewitness Weather Special, Your Summer Outlook. I'm Susan Barnett.
And I'm Chris May. Have a good night and a great weekend.
This has been an Eyewitness Weather Special, Your Summer Outlook.
Finale of Close Up Magic Week, all new tonight.